Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel Coin Lovers. In today's video we're diving into the fascinating world of British sixpence coins, those small silver treasures that once jingled in every pocket across the United Kingdom. But some of these coins are far from ordinary. In fact, a few sixpence pieces are now worth a small fortune, fetching hundreds or even thousands of pounds at auctions and online markets. We'll take a closer look at the top 5 most valuable sixpence coins ever struck in the UK. From the rare Victorian issues to the collectible George VI and Elizabeth II series, each coin tells a story of history, rarity and value. You'll learn what makes them special, how to identify them, and just how much they can be worth in today's collector market. So sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and let's uncover which sixpence coins could be hiding a fortune in your coin collection or old piggy bank. Let's get started. First up, the 1954 sixpence is an Elizabeth II coin struck after the change from silver to cupronickel in the post-war era. The obverse shows the laureate bust of Queen Elizabeth II, the Mary Gillick portrait used on early Elizabeth II coinage, while the reverse sports the floral design, a rose leek, thistle and shamrock representing the 4 nations of the UK. These design and composition details are important when identifying the coin at a glance. Physically, the coin is small and light cupronickel composition, roughly 2.83 grams in weight and about a 19.4 to 19.5 millimeters diameter, with a reeded edge. A compact coin you can easily overlook in a pocket. That cupronickel composition is why the 1954 sixpence doesn't carry the melt value of older silver sixpences. Instead, its worth to collectors depends on condition, rarity and demand. Mintage matters, and the 1954 sixpence was produced in very large numbers. Surviving mintage figures quoted by numismatic references place the 1954 issue in the tens of millions, commonly reported around 105,214,150 pieces, which makes it a very common date for collectors because so many were struck. Ordinary circulated 1954 sixpences are not particularly scarce. Exceptional high-grade examples are what attract premium prices. So what does that mean for value? For a common circulated 1954 sixpence, you'll often see modest collectible prices. Listings and market guides show examples selling for single-digit to low 2-digit US dollars or the GBP equivalent. In typical circulated grades, uncirculated or higher mint state grades command higher premiums, sometimes several times the circulated price, depending on appeal and strike. Online marketplaces and price guides can give you a realistic snapshot of current asking prices. How to grade the 1954 sixpence quickly on camera. Look at the high points of the Queen's portrait, hairlines and laurels, the clarity of the facial features and the relief on the floral reverse. Check the rim and edge for nicks or heavy wear, and look for any discoloration or cleaning marks. Harsh cleaning will often reduce collector value. A nicely preserved coin with original luster, even as a small coin, can pull a significant premium in the right market. Varieties and mint errors are what can turn a common coin into a sought-after item. For the 1954 sixpence, typical collector focuses on strike quality, any die defects or accidental mint errors, double strikes, clipped plankets, and unusual planchette laminations. True documented varieties or verified error coins should be authenticated and, if appropriate, slabbed by a reputable grading service before sale. That's how you realize top prices, markets, and selling tips. If you plan to sell a 1954 sixpence, list good photos of both sides, show a scale or ruler for size, context, and be transparent about wear, scratches, or cleaning. eBay and specialist coin dealers are active markets. eBay listings show typical asking prices in a wide range, depending on condition, while dealers and auction houses will pay more for premium, certified specimens. Compare recent sold listings, not just asking prices, to set expectations. If you're buying, shop for coins with natural patina and consistent surfaces. Avoid pieces that show heavy abrasions or signs of careless cleaning. For casual collectors, a well-preserved 1954 sixpence is an inexpensive and attractive example of mid-20th century British coinage and makes a great pocket or display piece. For advanced collectors, focus on grading, provenance, and any confirmed die varieties. Historical context helps sell the story. 1954 sits early in Elizabeth II's reign. She ascended in 1952, and the coin design reflects the era's conservative symbolic approach. Small practical coinage for Post-war Britain. While the denomination itself, sixpence, was later demonetized for circulation purposes, it remains culturally iconic, used in traditions like something old at weddings and held by many families as keepsakes. That social value sometimes nudges collector interest beyond pure rarity. Final takeaways and call to action. The 1950 for sixpence is common in most grades, valuable mostly when in uncirculated high grade or when an authenticated error variety is present. If you think you own a gem, get it authenticated. If you're hunting bargains, need circulated. Examples are affordable and fun to collect. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and comment below with photos of your 1954 sixpence. I'll feature the best ones in the next video. Sources and further reading linked in the description. Next up in today's video, we'll be exploring one of the fascinating small silver-colored coins from mid-20th century Britain, the 1955 sixpence coin of the United Kingdom. This beautiful little piece of British history carries the portrait of the young Queen Elizabeth II and represents a key transitional moment in UK coinage. Whether you're a beginner collector or a longtime numismatist, this coin is a charming and affordable way to own a bit of royal and national heritage, so make sure you watch till the end, because we'll discuss not only its value and worth, but also its minting details, varieties, and how condition can make a big difference in price. The year 1955 was a significant one for British coinage because it came just 2 years after Queen Elizabeth II's coronation. The 1955 sixpence was part of the early issues, featuring her first effigy designed by the famous artist Mary Gillick, which shows the youthful queen without a crown, symbolizing renewal and hope. In the post-war era, the sixpence itself had been a long-standing denomination since Tudor times, and by 1955 it was a well-loved everyday coin still used widely across the UK. Before decimalization, this small coin circulated in millions, yet certain well-preserved examples today hold surprising collector value. The obverse of the 1955 sixpence features Queen Elizabeth II facing right, surrounded by the inscription, Elizabeth to Dei Gratia Brit, OMN, Regina, meaning Elizabeth II by the grace of God, Queen of all the Britons. On the reverse, you'll find an intricate floral design by William Gardner representing the four nations of the United Kingdom: a rose for England, a thistle for Scotland, a shamrock for Ireland, and a leek for Wales, all intertwined under the crown. The word sixpence appears boldly across the center with the year 1955 below it. The coin's small diameter of 1941, 2000 and weight of 2.83 grams make it delicate yet striking in detail. By 1955 the sixpence was no longer made of silver, instead it was struck in cupronickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel. This change had taken place in 1947 when silver was removed from British coins after World War II. The 1955 sixpence was produced at the Royal Mint in London, and no mint mark appears on the coin as was customary for UK issues of that period. The total mintage for 1955 is estimated at around 32 million coins, making it a fairly common issue, but rarity in numismatics doesn't just depend on numbers. Condition and dye varieties play an equally big role in determining worth. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know: the value. The 1955 sixpence in circulated condition typically sells for around 50 pence to £1 GBP, about $1 to $1 United States dollar and 50 cents depending on where and I appeal. However, if you find a coin in uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated condition, prices can jump dramatically, reaching £8 to £15 GBP and even £25 or more if graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Proof-like specimens or coins with exceptional strike quality. While most 1955 sixpences are standard strikes, some collectors search for minting errors or planchet flaws that add uniqueness and value. Examples include off-center strikes, die cracks, or coins with doubled lettering. Although rare, any genuine mint error from this year could increase the value by several times, sometimes up to £50, £100 or more depending on rarity and market demand. Always inspect your coins under good lighting or magnification to spot these subtle differences that casual observers might miss. The 1955 sixpence marks the early Elizabethan era in modern numismatics, making it an important coin for those building a complete set of Queen Elizabeth II pre-decimal coins. It also reflects Britain's economic and cultural recovery after the war. before the sweeping changes of the 1960 South and decimalization in 1971. Many families kept sixpences as lucky charms, especially in wedding traditions where brides place one in their shoe for good luck. That cultural legacy adds emotional value that often outweighs its monetary worth. If you're collecting sixpence coins, condition is key. Always store your coins in acid-free holders or capsules to prevent tarnishing. Never polish or clean them, as this can reduce collector value dramatically. Look for coins with sharp detail on the queen's hair and the floral reverse. These are indicators of minimal wear. Building a full sixpence date run from the early 1950s to the 1960s can be a rewarding and affordable numismatic journey for beginners and history enthusiasts alike. Although not extremely rare, the 1955 sixpence continues to hold steady interest among collectors worldwide, especially in Commonwealth countries. Its affordability makes it an excellent entry point for new collectors. Prices have shown gradual appreciation over the past decade, particularly for uncirculated examples. With the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, demand for early coins bearing her first portrait has increased, giving the 1955 issue renewed attention in the market. And there you have it, the complete story of the 1955 sixpence coin of the United Kingdom, a small coin with big historical charm. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more detailed videos on rare, valuable, and collectible coins from around the world. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest uploads about coin values, hidden rarities, and minting secrets. Comment below if you own a 1955 sixpence or if you'd like me to cover another vintage British coin next time. Until then, keep collecting, keep learning, and stay lucky. Next up today, we're diving deep into the 1957 sixpence coin from the United Kingdom, a small but fascinating piece of British currency with royal elegance and surprising value. Whether you're a passionate numismatist or just curious about that old coin in your collection, this video will guide you through its history, mint details, metal composition, values, and collector secrets. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss our rare coin value updates and treasure hunting tips. The 1957 sixpence was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, marking one of the early coin issues after her accession in 1950. This coin represented not only a part of British currency but also the dawn of a new royal era. By 1957, Britain was recovering from post-war austerity, and coins like the sixpence carried everyday value in shops. Yet today they carry remarkable historical worth. The design symbolizes continuity from the Victorian era all the way to modern decimalization. The obverse of the 1957 sixpence features the young laureate bust of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, designed by Mary Gillick. The inscription reads, "Elizabeth Today Gratia Regina," meaning Elizabeth II by the grace of God Queen. The reverse side displays a beautiful botanical design by William Gardner featuring a Tudor rose flanked by a thistle, shamrock, and leek, emblems of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales, topped by the royal crown. This intricate design perfectly captures the unity of the United Kingdom. Within one small silver coin, the 1957 sixpence was struck in cupro nickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 2.83 grams with a diameter of 19.3 millimeters. Although earlier sixpences before 1947 contained silver, by 1957 the coin was fully base metal due to economic changes after World War II. The non-silver issue means it lacks intrinsic metal value but holds significant numismatic and collectible worth. Its reeded edge and fine minting quality make it a durable coin even after decades. In 1957, the Royal Mint in London produced these coins in relatively high quantities with over 58 million pieces struck for circulation. However, not all are created equal. Many have since been lost, damaged, or melted, making uncirculated and proof-like examples highly sought after. While there were no official proof sets for this specific year, brilliant uncirculated coins exist from presentation sets and are rare finds today. The value of a 1957 UK sixpence depends on its condition and rarity. Circulated examples are usually worth between 20 pence and £1 and 50 pence, while uncirculated coins can sell for £5 to £15. Exceptionally preserved specimens graded MS65 or higher by professional grading companies like NGC or PCGS can fetch £25 or more. Coins with mint errors such as double strikes Off-center strikes or die cracks can be worth hundreds of pounds to specialized collectors. Some collectors have reported 1957 sixpence coins with planchet flaws, die breaks or weak strikes that increase their rarity. Another interesting variant includes tone coins that have developed unique rainbow or gold hues due to oxidation over time. These visually appealing coins attract collectors who appreciate natural toning and originality. Always examine your coin carefully under magnification and compare it to standard examples to spot potential errors. Compared to earlier issues like the 1953 Coronation Sixpence or later ones from 1962 to 1967, the 1957 edition remains more collectible because it represents the mid-decade production of Queen Elizabeth II's first series. While it may not be the rarest, it holds sentimental and historical value as part of Britain's pre-decimal currency heritage. When assembling a full Queen Elizabeth II sixpence collection, the 1957 piece stands out as an essential mid-1950s representative. If you own a 1957 sixpence, store it properly to maintain its value. Use acid-free holders or to buy two flips and avoid cleaning the coin, as polishing can remove its natural luster and drastically reduce its market price. Keep it in a cool, dry place away from moisture and direct sunlight. Serious collectors often invest in graded slab holders for long-term protection and authentication. While the 1957 sixpence may not make you instantly rich, it's a solid entry-level investment coin for beginners and a nostalgic treasure for experienced collectors. Its affordability, attractive design, and connection to Queen Elizabeth II's early reign make it a popular collectible worldwide. Over time, well-preserved examples can appreciate in value as more people seek to complete pre-decimal British sets. The 1957 UK sixpence coin is a timeless reminder of Britain's post-war charm and royal heritage. From its detailed artwork to its humble size, it continues to fascinate coin lovers around the globe. So next time you come across one, take a closer look. It might just be a miniature treasure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you enjoyed this guide. Tell us what coins you'd like us to cover next. Perhaps your favorite 1950s British coin or another rare collectible. Until next time, happy collecting and keep searching for those hidden gems. Next up today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of British pre-decimal coinage with the 1960 sixpence coin of the United Kingdom. This small yet beautiful silver-colored coin holds immense historical value, and many collectors are still searching for rare varieties and high-grade examples. So if you own one of these, stay tuned because we're about to uncover its current market worth, design details, metal composition, and mint variations, plus why collectors are paying serious attention to it even decades later. The 1960 sixpence belongs to the pre-decimal currency system used in Britain before decimalization in 1971. The sixpence coin, equal to half a shilling or 1/40th of a pound, was an important part of daily life for British citizens throughout the mid-20th century. The 1960 issue comes from the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who ascended the throne in 1950. This coin represents a period of post-war Britain where the economy was stabilizing and the mint was producing high-quality coins for circulation. It's a piece of history that reminds us of Britain's transition into the modern era. On the obverse of the 1960 sixpence, you'll find the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Mary Gillick. This effigy shows the Queen wearing a laurel wreath rather than a crown, symbolizing peace and dignity. Around her portrait, the inscription reads, Elizabeth Today Gratia Regina, meaning Elizabeth II by the grace of God, Queen. This classic design is beloved among numismatists because it captures the fresh elegance of the early years of Elizabeth's reign. The reverse design of the coin features a beautiful floral emblem representing the four nations of the United Kingdom: a rose for England, a thistle for Scotland, a shamrock for Ireland, and a leek for Wales, all tied together with a crown. At the center, the design was created by Reverend William Gardner, and the inscription, Fid Def Sixpence 1960, surrounds the motif, meaning defender of the faith. The artistry and symbolism make it one of the most detailed and loved reverse designs of the pre-decimal series. The 1960 sixpence was minted in cupronickel consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Since silver was removed from British coins after 1946, the coin weighs 2.83 grams, has a diameter of 19.3 millimeters, and features a milled edge. These specifications make it sturdy and long-lasting, which is why so many examples still survive today in good condition. Its durability also makes it a common find in vintage coin collections and even in old drawers across the UK. In 1960, the Royal Mint in London was the only mint producing this coin, and millions of pieces were struck for circulation. However, some minor varieties exist, including coins with small die differences or weak strikes that can slightly affect their collector value. While there are no major mint errors officially recorded, coins with striking misalignments, planchet flaws, or doubled letters can fetch premium prices among our coin collectors. So how much is the 1960 sixpence coin worth today? For circulated examples, the value typically ranges from 20 pence to £1 GBP, depending on wear and appearance. In uncirculated or proof-like condition, coins can reach between £3 and £10 GBP, especially those graded by NGC or PCGS, with high mint state ratings like MS65 or above. Collectors also pay more for coins with brilliant luster or sharp strikes, as these stand out from the usual circulated pieces. In overseas markets like the US and Australia, the value can go slightly higher due to rarity in local circulation, even though it's not a rare coin in general circulation. The 1960 sixpence holds a special place in many collectors' hearts because it represents an era of British heritage before decimalization. It's a popular coin for beginners entering the world of UK numismatics, and sets of sixpence coins from the 1950s and 1960s often include this date as a highlight. Collectors look for coins with full details on the Queen's portrait and crisp floral emblems. Those can sell quickly in online auctions. If you have a 1960 sixpence, keep it safe. Store it in a protective coin capsule or acid-free holder to prevent tarnish and scratches. Avoid cleaning it with metal polish, as this can reduce its numismatic value. Instead, handle it with gloves or by the edges only. If you ever plan to sell it, get it appraised by a reputable dealer or grading service. And remember, sometimes even the simplest looking coins can hide rare mint errors worth hundreds. And there you have it, the complete story of the 1960 sixpence coin from the United Kingdom, a small coin with a big legacy. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, coins like this are an affordable and fascinating way to connect with history. If you enjoyed learning about this vintage gem, make sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon for more deep dives into rare and valuable world coins. Drop a comment below and tell us which British coin you'd like us to cover next. Your favorite could be our next feature video. Next up today, we'll take a deep dive into the fascinating 1967 sixpence coin of the United Kingdom, one of the last pre-decimal sixpence coins ever minted before the UK switched to the decimal system in 1971. This coin holds both historic and collector's value, and although it's common in circulation, certain conditions, mintings, and varieties make it an interesting piece for numismatists. So if you're passionate about rare coins, values, and hidden treasures in your collection, stay tuned till the end for details, grading information, and current market worth. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and join our growing coin family to never miss any updates on vintage coin values. The 1967 sixpence coin was struck under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and it marks the final year this denomination was produced for circulation. The sixpence had been part of British currency since the 1500s, tracing back to the Tudor era. By 1967, it was a coin that carried cultural nostalgia, representing the transition from traditional coinage to the modern decimal era. Millions were minted in 1967, making it a farewell coin of the pre-decimal age. This was also one of the most collected coins during Elizabeth's early reign, symbolizing stability and tradition. The obverse of the 1967 sixpence features the first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, showing her youthful profile wearing a laurel wreath. The inscription reads, "Elizabeth to Dei Gratia Regina FD," meaning Elizabeth II by the grace of God, Queen, defender of the faith. The reverse was designed by heraldic artist William Gardner, showcasing a floral design featuring a rose, thistle, shamrock, and leek, symbols of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales, all joined by a crown in the center. This beautiful unity of designs represents the United Kingdom's heritage and unity. The 1967 sixpence coin was minted in cupronickel made of 75% copper and 25% nickel after the discontinuation of silver content in 1947 it weighs 2.83 grams, measures 19.3 millimeters in diameter and has a milled edge. The coin was minted in vast numbers, and because of its durability many specimens still exist in circulation or collections today. However, uncirculated proof or high-grade specimens can fetch considerably higher prices due to their luster and condition. A staggering 98.2 million coins were produced in 1967 at the Royal Mint in London, making it one of the highest mintage years for the denomination. Although officially there was only one mint for this issue, collectors have identified 40 minor varieties in strike details, planchet tone die, errors, and proof-like surfaces. These include differences such as double die up versus weak strikes and slightly rotated reverses. These subtle variations, when authenticated, can significantly increase the coin's numismatic value. In terms of value, a 1967 sixpence coin in circulated condition is typically worth around 20 pence to £1 GBP depending on where. However, brilliant uncirculated examples can sell for £5 to £10, and proof versions, or those with error varieties, may fetch £20 to £50 or more at auction if encapsulated by grading services like NGC or PCGS with a high MS mint state grade. Some coins have sold for over £75 GBP. Collectors often prize coins with original mint, shine, no scratches, and clear lettering. The most desirable 1967 sixpence coins are those with minting errors. Examples include off-center strikes, die cracks, cuts, lamination errors, and clipped plankets. A few coins even exhibit faint doubling on the 1967 date or the sixpence lettering. Such unique mint defects can push their value from a few pounds to £100 or more depending on visibility and rarity. Collectors should examine these under magnification or have them professionally appraised. When collecting or storing a 1967 sixpence, avoid cleaning or polishing it, as doing so can reduce its value. Keep it in an acid-free coin holder, capsule, or album. Always handle coins by the edges to prevent fingerprints and damage. If you wish to display them, use proper coin frames or LED display boxes that don't emit heat or UV light. Remember, original condition is king in coin collecting. The more natural the coin state, the higher its long-term worth. The 1967 sixpence holds sentimental value as it represents the final breath of Britain's pre-decimal coinage system. It was later reintroduced briefly during the decimal transition as a small value coin, remaining in legal tender until 1980. Many Britons still recall using this coin in daily life, and it's even used in British wedding traditions, where a bride puts a sixpence in her shoe for luck. This emotional and historical connection adds a layer of charm to an otherwise common coin. So there you have it, the complete story and detailed breakdown of the 1967 United Kingdom sixpence coin, its value, design, and variations that make it worth exploring. Whether you're a beginner collector or a serious numismatist, this coin is a great addition to your collection for its beauty, heritage, and story. If you enjoyed this deep dive video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more rare coin discoveries. Hit the notification bell so you never miss updates about valuable UK coins, old pence, shillings, florins, and crowns worth big money today.